Tennis news now. In the strongest public stand against China taken by a sports body, the head of Women's Professional Tennis Tour announced yesterday that all WTA tournaments would be suspended because of concerns over the safety of Peng Shuai. Peng dropped out of public view after raising the allegations about former Vice Premier Zhang Gaoli in a November 2 social media posting that was quickly taken down by Chinese authorities. The Grand Slam doubles champion had accused the former government official of sexual assault. WTA chairman and CEO Steve Simon wrote in a statement distributed by the tour saying, "Unfortunately, the leadership in China has not addressed this very serious issue in any credible way. While we now know where Peng is, but have serious doubts that she is free, safe and not subject to censorship, coercion and intimidation." Now, to talk about this issue, I have with me at this hour Vishal Uppal, former Davis Cup player for India. I also have with me Gautam Bhattacharya, Senior Associate Editor of Gulf News. Vishal, to you first, have you seen anything like this happening in the world of tennis before? Perhaps no other sports organization has done something quite like this, and the WTA is drawing quite a bit of criticism from China for its decision.
Yes, it's a big and courageous step taken by the WTA. China is a very big revenue earner for the WTA. So for them to come out and take this strong decision against China, I mean, hats off to them for doing it, because they're obviously putting the human interest ahead of the commercial interest. And it's a strong step taken by them. And I think, where, upliftment of women's sport in general is concerned, I think this is a very good step. I think, things have to be cleared, and let's hope that Peng Shuai is well and safe, and and this issue is resolved soon.
Gautam, the decision comes as Beijing prepares to host the Winter Olympics, becomes one of the only city to host Summer and Winter Olympics. Seems IOC has released a second video today. Now, a Canadian lawyer said, called this a quiet and discreet diplomacy by IOC. What do you have to say?
Yes, I would agree with that, because IOC had been, unusually vocal on the basis of that video and some pictures where Peng is seen at a restaurant with some friends. That is not a clear-cut evidence about her safety. There is still, a cloak of secrecy, lack of transparency about her safety and goodwill. And as Vishal said, I mean, the WTA had invested a lot in, in that new market. I mean, they've got a 10-year contract to host the WTA finals in Shenzhen. So it was no easy step. They had no choice really, but they have shown the willpower, and let us see what happens in the coming days.
Vishal, what about the other women tennis players and even the men, the ATP Tour players? Would they feel safe about traveling to China now, given how the situation has panned out between WTA and China?
Yeah, I don't think any of the WTA players will feel safe traveling to China. I think a lot of the top WTA players have voiced their opinion on this front, and when you do travel overseas and internationally, you have to be guaranteed safety. You have to feel secure when you're going into a different country. And I think, if the players feel unsafe, going to a particular country for whatever reason, that definitely casts a shadow of doubt on that country hosting events. As far as the ATP Tour is concerned, I think they need to look at it also, and perhaps come out with a statement, come up with a strong stand against this, because as tennis players, we're all united in this. We all travel the world, we make lots of friends everywhere we go around the world, and for us, our safety and the safety of every other tennis player is paramount.
Do you think, Vishal, this is going to put some pressure on the ATP also, because some of the top men's tennis players have also spoken about Peng Shuai and her disappearance?
Yeah, I think, some of the top players have spoken about it, and I'm pretty sure they must be talking to the ATP governing council, governing body, and having a word on how they should be dealing with it. I think tennis needs to put a united front now, and we definitely need to support the women's game and the women's players and their safety. So I think the ATP, it's about time that they came out with a statement clarifying their stand on this too.
Let me ask you, in light of what has happened last night, WTA withdrawing from China, what happens to the future of the Winter Olympics? Because we are just 2 months away from the Winter Games.
Was that for me, Rika?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. See, I think Winter Olympics will still go on. I mean, China had been in a similar position before the Beijing Olympics, if you remember. That was again, there was a big public outrage about the Tiananmen Square and human rights issues. Here, it's an isolated case, but it's certainly going to put the pressure on them. There could be a bit of politics involved in this, but we are too far removed to actually comment on that. What we see at this point is the safety of a leading women's tennis player is being, is in peril, and ATP has reacted. I mean, this is the issue which someone like Simone Biles had alleged that the US gymnastics, they didn't take cognizance about her complaints.
Right.
So this is what tennis has come forward, and they have shown that they've really put up a united front. I was just going through the statements from Billie Jean King, she is one of the leading personalities, but Djokovic has spoken and statements are just about coming in. So they're putting up a united front there.
Right. Tennis is putting up an united front in this issue of Peng Shuai, and we do get to know how sports is not divorced from politics. Of course, the big issue of Winter Olympics is going to play out over the next few days in the light of Peng Shuai's safety. She has been found. She's not disappeared altogether, but there's a big question on whether she's altogether safe or not. Thank you very much, Vishal and Gautam, for joining me on the broadcast this evening.